Hey guys, it's Space Cowboy here, and finally we got some NFC East rivals on deck, and it's exciting because we actually have a meaningful NFC East game for the first time in probably like 3 or 4 years now. Probably three if you consider 2019 with the Eagles, but it's fun. We actually have a 21 game where it's the NFC East, and we have a game where it's somewhat interesting, albeit with a team that is winning four straight, and they're kind of doing okay. We'll get into all of that, and I'm going to kind of elaborate on, my thoughts on the game and stuff like that. But before we do that, if you guys could do me a solid favor, because of the fact that the whole copyright crap and the algorithm really is screwing me over, if you guys can do me a solid and like the video, that'd be greatly appreciated. On top of that, almost 90% of you guys watching are not subscribed. So if you enjoy Dallas Cowboys content, please make sure to hit the subscription button so that you can't miss more content. Now, with all that crap out of the way, let's get into this matchup versus Washington. It's going to be at 1 o'clock. It's probably going to be the most hyped up. It actually has been the most hyped up 1 o'clock game in the entire window, because you got Mike McCarthy talking crap. You got, what's his name, Ron Rivera talking crap. You have the players all into it. And it's really funny, in my opinion, because it's like, I haven't seen this in a long time where, like, the head coaches are going back and forth. Probably the last time you can go back to that would probably be, like, Jimmy Johnson and Buddy Ryan. I understand. I'm not trying to say it's on that same level, but, like, point being is, like, it's been a while. But it's cool. And I think that for Washington fans, you're probably excited, and for Cowboys fans, we're really excited. We want the smoke. Listen, I don't give a shit. Go into, just get the job done. I do not care how it's done. But we got to look at this logically, and we got to be remembering the situation. Dallas is 8-4. They're going up against the 6-6 opponent, and I'm not trying to, like, hype up this opponent as like a world beater, but we got to understand that this is a division opponent. Random things do happen. It's something that happens, right? Like, you have situations where these division games can be wonky as hell. It's happened, and it might happen again. Now, I said on Twitter that I do think the Cowboys will split with Washington. That is a strong possibility. If there is a game that Washington is going to win, it will be this one. But they have a way that they have to go about it, and I think that it's more so the Cowboys game to lose. And what I mean by that, as we get into the implications for this game, Dallas sitting at 8-4. If they get a win, they pretty much are kind of solidifying themselves as the NFC East Division champions. A win would propel them to 9-4. Washington would fall to 6-7, and you would pretty much kill whatever momentum they had. But I understand that they're playing some of these NFC East teams. They're playing us in 3 weeks. They play us, Philadelphia, and then the Giants. So there is a possibility that they can lose a game or two, or rather 3 in there. And I think for Dallas, they just need to win 3 more games. If Dallas wins 3 more games, they will be, more specifically, these next 3 more games, they will be crowned NFC East champions for the first time in 3 years. But I am more concerned about this offense. The offense needs to get back into a rhythm. And you're trying to avoid a Washington team that's trying to sneak up on you and snatch that NFC East title. But even if Dallas loses this game, I'm not afraid of them losing to Washington, because ultimately Dallas has leverage in terms of going forward. They can lose this game, but then they have a bunch of other division games, and I'm pretty sure Dallas will get shit right. So, offensively speaking, the Dallas Cowboys have the firepower. The question is, will they come as a cohesive unit? Dak Prescott's been off. The running game hasn't been a thing. The offensive line hasn't been playing well. Overall, it is just a massive fundamental breakdown of what they've been doing for the past couple weeks. But I will say this, and I think that this is an important part to kind of understand. Dallas hasn't been shitty like in these past 3 games, and I'm not trying to sugarcoat it or anything like that. Dallas and I'll quote Charlie from Dallas Cowboys Uncensored. I'm sorry, there's a lot in my head that I want to get out before this game. Basically, with how Dallas played at their lowest point, they've been playing the best in the division thus far, and it's not even a question. Dallas, in the 4-game stretch, could probably have beaten any of those division opponents, and that's just me being honest. I think that Dallas, in that stretch of games playing their worst, is still the best NFC East team, and that's not me being a homer. Like, you can actually watch those games, and like watching the other NFC East teams, none of them scared me. But the cautious optimism comes into play with how the offense has been playing. But if they get it together, this would be the perfect game to do it, because Mike McCarthy is applying that pressure like, hey, we're going to go down there and win the game. It's a matter of, do you guys back it up? And it's important because I think if you light this fire under their ass, they will respond. And I think that that's what we're looking to see. Can this Cowboys team do that? Then you have a situation where you got this defense coming all together, and that's the scary part. The Cowboys defense, if you thought was good or average to good, is about to get better with Randy Gregory and Neville Gallimore and Tristan Hill coming back. That is a huge set of additions. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that they're all going to play grade A football when they get in there. I think there's going to be some rust in there, possibly. But I do think that this is going to be a massive, huge tune-up game if the Cowboys are looking to make a statement going into playoff football. I think that it's fair to say that Dallas is a playoff team, and you're going up against a possible playoff team in Washington. Don't give me the BS of, oh, Washington's this. Listen, Washington is doing things that's winning them games, albeit not in the impressive form. They're winning ugly games, but it's winning them football. But the fact of the matter remains is that this is how you can beat Washington. Put the ball into Taylor Heineke's hands and make him beat you. The main reason and the catalyst for Washington's win streak has been that run game. And it's been working. They've been able to do that. And their defense has been playing very well. They're going to be without Montez Sweat because he has COVID. They're going to be without Logan Thomas. He's on IR, both of which are key players for Washington. Now, it's going to be a weird turnaround because you're going to play the Giants in New York, or rather, excuse me, New Jersey, and then you're going to go home and you're going to play Washington again. But historically speaking, Dallas has done well coming out of the bye, okay? And if I am looking at this as a Cowboys fan, I should be optimistic for the Cowboys to win this game. I think they will win this game. My problem is, and I'm not trying to sound like a hypocrite if you've been following me on Twitter, and I say, I think that Washington will get... I want to be wrong. I want the Cowboys to prove me wrong, and I'm not going to be sitting here, and I'm just being myself and being honest. I'm not going to be the one saying, hey, you know what? I mean, I'm going to be happy we won. I'm not rooting for us to lose to be right. That would be scummy as me. Okay? I would never do that. I have every expectation that in these next set of games, or rather every game, I'm not scared of any team. It's more so knowing the nature of the NFL, don't be shocked if certain things happen. But for Dallas, if they want to stay in position to get the number 1 seed, they cannot afford to lose any more games. I think that if they can be in position up into that Arizona game, they'll be fine. But for now, you got to worry about this game. Get yourself back on track offensively. Get this defense going. Dominate. And let's just get the hell out of Washington with the W. It's Dak Prescott's first game back in Washington since 2019. And I think that it's going to be fun to see him come back, especially against a team that he's 7-1 against. And I understand that a win-loss record isn't necessarily it's not a quarterback stat, but he has performed very well. 13 touchdowns to 1 interception against Washington. The 1 interception came off of a fucking a bobbled pass, in the sense of Randall Cobb not being able to catch it. But otherwise, he's been perfect. I mean, really, he's played very well against Washington, maybe except for a game or there's been a couple games here and there, but primarily I think 2018 was the last time that he in Washington where he struggled, but the whole offense struggled. So I'm very confident that Dallas will come into this game and win. I'm all for the smoke. If they lose, hey, you know what? It's something that I'm not going to be shocked about, but at the same time, I'm confident that my team can go out to Washington and get a win. But overall, I think we should all be very optimistic. But again, this comes down to, can the offense get back on track? Can the offensive line block, and can they get back to form? Can the running game be, decent enough to help, alleviate pressure off of the passing game? Can Dak Prescott get out of this funk and start playing at that MVP caliber? Now, I'm not saying he's playing like crap. It's just he hasn't been playing up to that standard, which, again, to expect someone to do that every single game as a human being and as a quarterback is unrealistic, because every quarterback, you look at Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, these guys have not been playing. Like, they've had their moments where they weren't playing well. So I think that we need to realize that. But all things considered, I think that we'll be fine. So some bold predictions. I think that the Dallas Cowboys offense gets back into gear. I'm going to go with Dak Prescott throws 3 touchdowns to get back into the groove of things. I think Trayvon Diggs adds to his interception total, getting 10. And then my final one is, I wholeheartedly think that Micah Parsons will get 2 sacks in this game. I think, or someone will get 2 sacks. I'm going to actually broaden it out. I think the Cowboys player will have 2 or more sacks. So those are my 3 bold predictions. If you were to put a bullet to my head and say what I feel the Cowboys will do, or rather what the score, I'm going with 27-23 Dallas. I think that it's going to be a lot closer than people think. And in the conditions are good, weather's good and stuff like that. So hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Bye bye.